Hi everyone, I am here today with the founders of B3 Media Solutions, celebrating the amazing milestone that is their 10-year anniversary in business. Hi guys! Hello! Goodness, how are you feeling today?
Fantastic.
I'm excited to be here. Are you guys excited?
I'm super excited. 10 years.
A decade.
It went fast, man.
Oh my
We made a decade. Wow.
Well, let's get started. I want to start with something that's going to loosen us up a little bit. Let's have a little bit of fun.
Okay.
We're going to get to know you guys better through how well you guys know each other. So we're going to play a game. Rules are that you're going to point to the person you feel like the question is most applicable to. Okay, the first question is, who is most likely to come up with a brilliant idea in the middle of the night? Oh, everybody point?
Is that the wrong?
That's the right game.
I was watching Steve Harvey's book.
We'll call him out. Who is the peacemaker of the group? Look at me. Who's most likely to forget where they put their phone?
Oh,
this one right here.
Oh man, are you serious?
Just today.
I found it in the laundry basket on top of the fridge.
In the fridge.
And this morning she's using my phone to find her phone to call it. It was
In the RV when we didn't even use the RV.
I made my bed. Who's most likely to suggest a crazy new idea that ends up working?
this one.
All right.
Yeah, I'm crazy new idea all day.
And who's most likely to get overly excited about a new project?
It could be Coach Ty, but I'm going with them. She gets me pumped up. She's the balance. The CFO is like, both y'all calm down.
We can't afford it. Who's most likely to forget they're not muted and say something funny during a meeting?
Sometimes I think it's on purpose.
Yes, is it on purpose?
I never ever. I mean, sometimes it's personal. And other times, I just, when I'm around, I advise you be on mute and have the camera off.
Okay. Who's most likely to stay calm in a crisis?
Wow.
Me, I'm this,
To the point of making me crazy. She's, I mean,
Like, anytime we come down, like,
everybody
so don't
calm.
get mad.
Don't get
which
mad.
usually is a sign that I
Don't
didn't
get-
get mad.
No,
When they say don't get mad.
I'm calm. I'm actually having a panic in my own way, but it's very calm.
Who is the one who always forgets their passwords?
No, yes, no, I'm not owning that. I got an algorithm. Y'all have
You
to.
don't ever know it.
But you're always at.
No.
You don't ever know it.
It's 2 against 1.
Man, how many times do they have to reset passwords?
Okay,
I hate reset.
we just reset them.
They just,
So they don't admit that they forgot.
they don't admit, they just reset them.
Yeah.
We might need
I
to
got an algorithm. I
It's
forgot which algorithm I used.
So that ends our B3 questionnaire. How well do y'all know each other? I love that. I'm so excited to know you guys a little bit better. And we're gonna go right into the actual. Honestly, I feel like that was the interview.
It was
We got to know y'all, but we're gonna go into the actual interview.
serious stuff.
The serious stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Business. Business.
Right. Maybe the questions was business. This is business.
Business. Yeah,
All
this
right.
is business.
Okay, so let's start with the general questions. Okay, so can you tell us the story behind the beginning of B3 Media Solutions?
Me being the CEO, I'll start with the very first inclination for me was someone had spoken about her genius. We were on a stage somewhere doing a completely different thing. We were doing a theater acting gig somewhere, and someone told me about what she did. Said she was a VP of a company and did social listening, and I was like, really? And I was looking for the next thing. I came and I told Myra about it, and I could just see how media, what we are doing on the stage and off the stage, and social media were going to be converging in the future. And how everything was going to be done digitally, and that people need to research, track, and understand that at some level. So I saw the business side of that, and I saw how it could still relate to the content side of it, where creation can happen. And so I was like, wow, that serves everybody's purpose in this group. We're two big time creatives, so being creative is very important to us. And Myra's big time business, financials, she administrative operations. That she's done it for 20 years, and not to age you at all. Sorry about
Could
that.
be 20.
But no, I went full Kevin Hart on you. But yeah, for a long time she had that in her back pocket, and I just saw opportunity for those things to come together, and so I had to talk both of them into it.
Yeah,
And so,
I came along kicking and screaming because I did not want to start a company. I like being able to kind of like, be a consultant, but like not my own business and like kicking and screaming.
her interest in me at the time seemed to be she likes to hit so many different things, and the energy of that.
I came along on the ride.
Energy of that fed this company so much, and she just constantly, even now, where we have a few things going here, she's still finding, learning new things at a rate that is astonishing. And the way that Myra, she just can stick to something. So she's innovating and creating, and Myra is following through. And Myra's following it, and I'm slinging it. I'm slinging it, letting everybody know, but hey, y'all gotta see these rock stars. And they did, they ended up being rock stars.
So can you tell me a little bit more about the logo and the name and what that means to you guys, what that represents?
Yeah.
B3 Media Solutions. B3 Media Solutions Incorporated, well, all of our initials, B, and 3, the number 3. Now that 3 is not the three of us, but not added together. It's to denote an exponential power of our synergy. The blessings that have come, the accolades have all come from so far of our union and thought of how to work in this industry and developing this company, and we wanted to make sure that was inside the neck. B stands for our initials. 3 stands for the exponential power of the synergy of us, and Media Solutions stands for all the different ways that we help with media. We research it, we analyze, we strategize, we create it. Everything we create it, and then there's something we're going to distribute.
What were some of the biggest challenges you faced in the early days?
Getting clients.
Yeah.
I think getting clients was the hardest thing. Like we had our first clients that we worked with, but just really trying to like ramp up and get additional clients that would entrust a home-based business, a family-owned business with, the keys to the kingdom. And that's literally what they do. People that would give us not only referrals and that would like speak highly of it, but making sure that our work spoke to other clients is really how we were able to kind of build, even to this day, it's not like the easiest thing, but now we have like a track record. People know us for things that we do. But for me, that's what I think.
I agree. That was definitely a challenge, and also just developing out our list of services. Like, not only do who is it that we want to work with, but what can we offer them? How can we help them? So over the years, I think we've really defined our sweet spot of what we do best: social listening, analytics, community management, and now media content. So
Communication.
that was definitely tough in the beginning, though.
All right, let's move into family dynamics. Yeah? Okay. So, what is it like working together as a family?
Fun and endless.
Crazy and relentless.
Exciting and always something to do.
Non-stop? It's just
No.
non-stop. In 2 words.
It's like having kids.
Oh, it's 2 words.
No more weekends. Our weeks don't happen. It's just
Round the
endless.
clock.
But we love it.
That's
We love it. The weeks are absolutely endless. But I don't want them then. They're just joyful. And I'm doing it with the people I love. And I'm doing it for clients I like and I'm interested in. I get to work and then I have a young man going to college. I get to hire him. Hey, come here, young man. He's one of the smartest men in our family. This is Jado. Come on down here and get camera level. LIU is going to be going off to college. And that can't usually happen unless you're in a position that you can do that for someone in your family. And I like that part about it because he's grown up in a business. Watching us work and understanding how it works, and I just think that's a fantastic opportunity for a child to help their situation, education to such a level that I'm just very proud of his achievement.
Have there been any unique advantages or challenges in having a family-owned business and working together as a family?
Definitely. I can speak to one of the unique advantages is that we've been able to tap into some of the expertise of our family members. They're seasoned professionals in accounting. We also have a CFO, so it's been invaluable learning from them and just sharing the knowledge that they have, and it's just been a wonderful growth experience for myself personally and professionally.
I have to agree. Plus, they have been able to come into our business at a time if we didn't have what we would normally pay a CFO or normally pay an accountant. It's really helpful when people lend their talents to see a dream. I had my father; he was our first accountant. We worked with Thomas's mom, and she helped us with diversity and inclusion. And then we work with your aunt, and she's a CFO. So it's been such a blessing to have these family members help us, even to the point where we're paying them a rate. I know that they wouldn't accept it anywhere. But because they want to see us succeed, it's beautiful, and so we are succeeding because our family stepped in and helped us.
And I gotta say the biggest advantage, though, the one thing that starting your own business, the one thing that having your own company does is, the motivation and passion is always there. The fuel is always there. The fire for me is always burning. Our reasons are in front of me. They're right next to me. And with these guys next to me, with my family in front of me, I can do anything. And I'm speaking to whoever needs to hear this out there. I just want to tell you, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. You go out there and you start your dream and you chase that thing and work on your dream with your family. It just feels way different than working on someone else's dream miles away from your family all day long.
Can you share a memorable success story that you have with your team or client or both?
I think one of the things that I thought of is that so even us starting BB3 and moving it to another level because of one of the clients that we had that really told us to go big or go home. And that was when Myra and I were you know what, we can do it. And we got with Thomas and we were we can do enterprise level. So, having our first client really believe in us and go all in with us, by telling us that, to me, that was the most memorable. I know it never leaves me because whenever I think things are hard, I think, you know what, go big or go home. That's what I think. Let's go big or go home.
Man, you talk about boot camp on how to get down.
Yeah.
She taught so much. Negotiations, she wore me out. Man, you can't speak. When people walk up to me now, let's go. Let's go. You don't know what I've been through. Let's go.
How do you stay ahead of the curve with industry trends and advancements?
Always be learning.
Always be learning.
Always.
Well, let's start with English class. Always be learning. Let's start with grammar.
I just can't. I know that was incorrect grammar.
Just for the emphasis.
But just for the emphasis of you can never stop learning, especially in this industry because things move like this. There's new tools that come out every day. There's new technologies that come out every day. There's
continuous
they're always changing the rules on what we can access.
Exactly. Algorithms, so there's so much that happens that if you aren't always looking at, okay, what did the social channel platforms do that was different this week? What new tools are coming out there? What new AI is coming out? If you're not tuned in and constantly feeding yourself that, you'll get left behind as a business and you'll try to do things that you always do and it won't work at some point.
Okay. What advice would you share with someone starting a business in this field today or in any family-owned business in general?
Business plan. You have your calendar. You have some milestones on that calendar, and have deadlines. And be a certain amount of flexibility is necessary, but you do wanna kind of stick to your plan and work your plan.
What I would say to add to that would be that once you have talked to somebody and about your business and you have your business plan and you're ready to go, be relentless. Absolutely relentless, because it takes that amount of focus, dedication, and unwaveringness on your dream to make it last.
And one more thing to add. Don't forget to take care of yourself,
Yeah.
take your breaks, make sure you eat a good meal, and whatever you do to have that Zen moment, if you meditate, you pray, do yoga, just take care of yourself, because it's a lot of work and you don't want to burn yourself out.
It's been 1 decade, it's been 10 years. Where do you guys see B3 Media Solutions in the next 10 years?
Well, I'll still be helping helping out in the next 10 years with financials, but I'll be doing it from the beach and more traveling the world, and overseeing the function and letting a lot more of our team kind of do the day-to-day, and we're overseeing it. And it's more so into the media realm, like we're producing more content.
Yeah, I have to agree. It definitely, it's something that I really want to explore, because part of what I think I, as an artist, and Thomas as an artist, we love to create content. We love to create new things, and being able to marry both storytelling of data and storytelling in general with the part of me that loves to create content is somewhere that I see B3 Media Solutions going in the future. Documentaries, television, things that are important, and using the data and analytics background to be able to showcase that.
All right.
I just want to say, remember that I was the one that told you, B3 Media Solution is going to be a large media enterprise. We're going to be able to have either work with another large media conglomerate, if we're not large enough ourselves, but in 10 years we're going to be a large media conglomerate who will be working in a very dominant position with another media conglomerate.
Well, that concludes my interview with you guys.
Thank you. Taylor, you were amazing. And I just want to give you a hand, Taylor Smith, everybody.
You've been such a great
You're
host.
fantastic host. This was the
I
best.
think you guys were just so easy to talk to. This was great. I love this, and I'm so proud of you guys. And I'm happy to be here and happy to be a part of it.
We're proud to have you with us, and we're proud to be able to sit and talk to you about this. And just after these 10 years. So.
I know.
Here's to the next step.
Here's to the next
Here's to the next
one.
All right.
The next one and the next step. So, I'm gonna ask you guys a few questions just about your relationship, about what that means for B3 and in terms of B3. So let's go for it. Jai, the first question is for you. What makes you proud of your family and the business they've created?
What makes me proud is just how far they've come. I was pretty young when they started, so I saw the sacrifices they made, the late nights, the early mornings, all of that. So I kind of just saw the results from the work they put in, and I'm so proud of them for that.
Looking back, what are some of your proudest moments you've had as a founder and as a mother?
This is going to be a long answer, so bear with me. So when I first became a mom, I hated leaving Jai when I had to go to work. I just hated it. Gone all day, and he was about 1 when I had to go back to work. So just being gone all that time, coming home, feeding him, doing the quick shower routine, and he's going right to bed. I had so very little time with him. I hated that. And then I had a friend who worked from home, and I was like, how do you get to do that? And I was like really interested in that. So when the opportunity presented itself to have my own business, I thought immediately I could be my own boss, work from home, create my own hours, and spend more time with my son. And that's really what I wanted. I wanted more time with him because I just felt like I didn't have enough time. So that was one of the proudest things that I felt like I accomplished by creating B3 Media Solutions is being able to work from home, spend more time with my child, go to his events, school events, sporting events, when I wanted, and that really made me feel good.
What have you learned from watching your family build and run a company?
Well, I learned like the trials and tribulations that go with running a company. I also kind of learned how to just talk to people, or I listened to how my parents talk to people on the phone or people they're interviewing, just things like that, and also how to stay organized and run a company in an organized way and things like. I also learned just like the elements of the company, like social listening, social monitoring, all that, finances, all that type of stuff. So it's a lot.
What hopes do you have for Jai's involvement in the business in the future?
Okay, so in one of my previous question and answers, I said I saw myself being involved with B3 Media Solutions is kind of overseeing the financial aspects, but not doing the day-to-day, because I'll do that from the beach, but I really want this guy to take over the role of CFO because he's on his way to college and his interest is in economics and finance, so it's like a perfect fit. He can take over CFO while I kind of oversee that. So that's my hope and dream for him. And I have an aunt who is a current CFO for over 20 years, and she's working with us now. So that knowledge and learning from her is just invaluable, and she's working with both of us. So that's the future I see for Jai with B3.
I love it. What is one thing you admire most about each other, both personally and professionally, that you believe has contributed to the success of B3 Media Solutions?
Oh, you want to go first?
I admire her hard work. I mean, she stays up so late, early mornings. I just see her always working, always on the computer, typing, doing something. Also admire her ability to stay calm in stressful situations. She's like kind of known for that. She's really she can handle things pretty well, I feel like.
Jai? And I feel like, Jai being my son, he kind of has those same qualities. He is a hard worker, and I've seen him grow with our company. We started B3 in 2014, but we started going full-time hardcore in 2017. I think he was 12. So he saw me go from, being an employee to then now running a company. And, we definitely did work hard. Long hours for sure. And we try to involve Jai as much as possible early on. And now he's, just really doing his own, he's in his own element, working with content. He's really doing well with finances, with QuickBooks, and showing me how to do downloads, uploads, and, working with my aunt who's a CFO. And one of the other things that I'm really impressed with Jai was that he stepped away from B3 just for the summer to do an internship. And I think that is valuable to also work for another company, see how other companies run, so he can have that working knowledge of what a corporation outside of us looks like. So he can also just bring that knowledge back here. But I definitely admire his work ethic. He does work hard, and he doesn't stop until the work is done. So that no quit attitude, I really admire and appreciate.
Okay. Marika and Naya, hi.
Hi.
I'm excited to be interviewing you guys today. So we just wanted to ask you guys a few questions, being that B3 is big on family. And I just wanted to get some insight on what it's like having a mama who is the founder of B3, girl. Okay, so let's get into these questions. What do you think your mommy does at work?
Social media.
I do social media. Good job. Nailed it. She knows.
How do you balance being a mom of a 5-year-old and running a business?
Balance. I don't know if I would use the word balance. It's a delicate balance, I should say, because yeah, I feel like at times I wish I could be like engaging with her more, but I try to make sure that I incorporate her learning into what I'm doing. So the more she's able to learn how to read, the more she can help me on what I'm doing. So by trying to switch the activity to something that we can do together, even though I'm working, like she loves helping me with one of my clients who's a Halloween store. So I pull her into that so that she can work with me. And she enjoys it and I enjoy it. But I definitely think that it's very difficult sometimes to kind of like, go from running a meeting to doing her lunch, to go back to running a meeting, to go back to getting her snack. Like, so it's just kind of this yo-yo thing. But, it's been very fulfilling, and definitely I didn't know that I could do it.
If you could help your mommy at work, what would you like to do?
I would help her with Spirit Halloween.
She would help me with Spirit Halloween. She's definitely going to be a little social media queen after she turns 16.
Or 16.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
What are some of the lessons from running a business that you hope to teach your daughter?
I hope that as she learns that, she can do anything that she puts her mind to, that as long as she takes the time to learn about it, to speak to others about it, and not give up on what it is that she wants to do, that she learns that by working with me on a regular basis. I also hope that she learns organization and how to talk to people and how to collaborate with people.
What is that?
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later. And then lastly, I really hope that she decides to have an entrepreneurial spirit, to go after like what it is that her passion is, whatever that ends up being at a later date. But I definitely feel like if she learns those things, she'll be just fine.
Can you both share a funny or memorable moment you had while mommy was working?
What? Excuse me?
Okay, do any funny things happen that are funny and entertaining while mommy's working?
Yes.
What?
Are they?
The cat purrs and the cat like plays and she sits like a dog on mommy's lap.
That's true, she does, like on a regular basis. I have our office cat and I have my office child, and she's always there. So I guess the funniest story is that I was on with my clients, and one day Naya came in and said hi to everyone, and everyone was really, really nice, but it was just kind of like, where personal life and work intersect. Every day, and that's true. It's literally every day I'm on a call, and so I love the fact that my client actually sent us Art the Terrifier, and that was all thanks to Naya. Yeah, so this is mine and this is Naya's. But it's all because, my child, I love the fact that she's not afraid to speak up, and she has no problem like just talking to anyone. And I think that that's a valuable trait that a lot of children don't exhibit at such a young age. And so I love that about her.
What is your earliest memory of B3 Media Solutions, and how has it shaped your perception of entrepreneurship?
My earliest memory, I was really young, I think. I was pretty young. It was when they were just beginning the company. My mom had just started working from home. They seemed to be like, panicking, stuff like that, working extra hard. So that really, led me to believe like, or made me realize how much work goes into starting a company, and how passionate you have to be about it, because I could see how much effort they were putting into it. So.
Okay, looking back, what are some of the proudest moments you've had as a founder and as a father?
Lately, as of late, I think that the way he stepped into the role that it was given to him recently, there's been changes in the company. One of the founders fell ill, and we needed people to step up to the plate. And I kind of, I kind of leaned in on him. He was in his senior year on a senior trip, and he went to Europe. came back. First of all, I was proud that, my son went to Europe. And something I never did as a kid. And he came back from a senior trip and he dived right into it. And he's been serving the company in a capacity that I can't explain how great it's been. And to work with him, he's a little quiet and serious. It's like he's the Rock and I'm like Kevin Hart. But I just go with it, keep smiling, because I'm just glad to have him. And he's an awesome son. Dude's great. He's straight A student. I can't say how proud I am.
What role do you currently play in B3 Media Solutions, and how do you hope to contribute in it?
Right now, I'm an executive assistant, so I just basically, help out with things around the office, getting things for people. I also started handling finances and things like that, accounting, stuff like that. So, and in the future, I hope to, continue with stuff like that, with finances and stuff like that, and maybe becoming an executive myself, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Man, I use them so much as a soundboard. When I'm coming out of meetings, when I'm doing meetings, sometimes when I'm having difficulty with another associate, just having a nice, clean soundboard that isn't tainted. Sometimes just being a good person and great intention and listening from an outside source, it really has paid off. He's heard everything. He knows all the secrets. He's heard the backstories. And it's very surprising how valuable a clean soundboard is.
How do you balance being a business owner and a father, and what advice would you give to other entrepreneurial parents?
I balancing, I'm just making jokes here because it's been very near and dear to me to try to balance that. It wasn't the easiest thing to do as a father. Fatherhood is hard enough. Fatherhood and being, leading the company and the family separately is hard enough. But doing those two things together is, at moments, seems insurmountable, but it's not. And it's been not always a pleasant journey, but a very educational journey. And what I would stress is to other CEOs who have sons in the business. Believe it or not, I stay away from second chances. One valuable thing that I think that I think is valuable to learn is, hey man, they don't give me a lot of second chances out in the business world. You don't have a lot of chances to make a first impression, and you definitely don't have a lot of opportunities to make any mistakes. So I think it's, to be too forgiving at home during business hours didn't serve my best interest. But making sure that he understands the business and why it's important to the business, and that fatherhood and the business are separate, and he understands that by serving the business, he's serving the group. By serving the group, he's serving himself. And if you give too many chances, then he doesn't get a realistic expectation of what's to come in the business world.
If you could give one piece of advice to families looking to start a business together, what would it be? Mission creates a flow chart and a decision tree that makes it a little bit simpler to get through the hard times and things you don't agree on. If you have a very clear mission and your decision tree runs through that mission, then what happens is the mission's here and he and I are here. And when he and I don't agree, it's not about me and him. And when your dad, it's me and him, but as CEO, it's about the mission. And if he had proper buy-in on the mission, then we never really have to focus too much on that. It's for the good of what we said we want to do, and he was all in on that. So that was something I think was very valuable. Making sure you have a mission that you run your decision tree through, and it takes a lot of the personal stuff out between. Or at least if it is personal, you'll recognize it and go, hey, you know what? This may not be business.
I say having patience, because they're your family members, so it's different than a normal workspace, and they let out people let out more emotions than they would in a normal company, but you have to realize that everyone's going through stress, things like that, and they're all working. So you should just have patience and try to understand what they're feeling, and it'll make everything work out better, more smoothly.
Wow, that's so impressive. It almost brings tears to my son. It sounds so much more mature to me. And then he said, hey man, thank you for being patient with me, son. And you know what? I need it. I'm so proud of him. Just the fact that I never really see it from his perspective. So to hear him talk about what his journey's been this is a fun interview. Thank you for bringing this up. You know, you're gonna make me all emotional.